Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about glycogen storage disorders. These are a group of inherited diseases that results from a defect in enzymes required for either glycogenesis or glycogenolysis. Glycogenesis or glycogenolysis. These glycogen storage disorders are characterized by deposition of either normal or abnormal glycogen in specific tissues. These are characterized by deposition of either normal or abnormal glycogen. Normal or abnormal glycogen in specific tissues. 6 classical types of GSDs are there. Mainly 6 classical types. First one is type 1, that is von Gertz disease. Type 1, that is von Gertz disease. Here the enzyme deficient is glucose 6 phosphatase. Glucose 6 phosphatase. So this glucose 6 phosphatase catalyzes the conversion of glucose 6 phosphate to glucose. Here the enzyme is absent. So this von Gertz disease, in von Gertz disease the enzyme is absent in liver cells and also in intestinal mucosa. It is an autosomal recessive condition. Autosomal recessive condition. Then liver cells, intestinal mucosa and cells of renal tubular epithelial cells are loaded with glycogen. This glycogen is normal in structure. Here the glycogen is normal in structure, but it is metabolically not available. Then clinical and biochemical features include, since very little glucose is derived from the liver, because this glucose 6 phosphatase is absent, so glucose 6 phosphate is not converted to glucose, so very little glucose is derived from liver. Children with this disease tend to develop hypoglycemia. Hypoglycemia. Then here fat is utilized as energy source. Fat is the energy source. This leads to lipemia, acidemia and ketosis. Because fat is used as the energy source, it leads to lipemia, acidemia and ketosis. Then excess acetyl-CoA is diverted for cholesterol synthesis. Excess acetyl-CoA is diverted for cholesterol synthesis. Excess acetyl-CoA means here glucose 6 phosphate cannot be converted to glucose. So glucose 6 phosphate enters into glycolytic pathway and it forms pyruvic acid, and from pyruvic acid acetyl-CoA. That is the reason for excess acetyl-CoA. So this excess acetyl-CoA is diverted for cholesterol synthesis and it resulting to increase in cholesterol level, which may produce xanthomas. Increase the cholesterol level, so it produces xanthomas. Then increased fatty acid synthesis can produce fatty infiltration of liver. Fatty infiltration. Fatty infiltration of liver. Then there will be persistent hypoglycemia. This hypoglycemia have two effects. Hypoglycemia have two effects. This hypoglycemia inhibits insulin secretion. It inhibits insulin secretion. This in turn inhibits protein synthesis. Integrin inhibits protein synthesis. This inhibition of protein synthesis causes stunted growth, that is dwarfism. That is the first effect of hypoglycemia. So, hypoglycemia inhibits insulin secretion. This in turn inhibits protein synthesis, which causes stunted growth or dwarfism. That is the first effect of hypoglycemia. Then second effect is hypoglycemia stimulates secretion of catecholamines. Stimulates the secretion of catecholamines and it causes muscle glycogen to break down. Muscle glycogen to break down, and it produces lactic acid. Lactic acid, so lactic acidosis. These are the two effects of hypoglycemia. Second one is hypoglycemia stimulates secretion of catecholamines, which causes muscle glycogen to break down and produce lactic acid, and so lactic acidosis. Then increase the blood lactic acid competes with the uric acid. Increased lactic acid competes with the uric acid excretion by kidneys, and it leads to increased blood uric acid level. That means gout. So, there is also increased uric acid synthesis in children who develop symptoms of gout. There is also increased uric acid synthesis. That is type 1 or von Ger's disease due to the deficiency of glucose 6-phosphatase. Next is type 2, that is Pompe's disease. Pompe's disease. Here the enzyme deficient is acid maltase. So this acid maltase catalyzes alpha amylolysis. Alpha amylolysis. What is this alpha amylolysis? It's a type of glycogenolysis which is independent of this phosphorylase enzyme. That is alpha amylolysis. Here the function of acid maltase is glycogen is first converted by alpha amylase into this oligosaccharides. These oligosaccharides are then converted into glucose by alpha glucosidase. One of the alpha glucosidase is acid maltase. So this acid maltase convert the maltose, oligosaccharides and glycogen to glucose. That is the function of acid maltase. So in Pompe's disease, acid maltase is deficient. This enzyme is present in lysosome and it catalyzes the breakdown of oligosaccharides. This Pompe's disease is an autosomal recessive condition. Autosomal recessive. Here the glycogen structure will be normal. Glycogen structure will be normal. There will be generalized involvement of organs including heart, liver, smooth and striated muscles. Nearly all tissues contain excessive amount of this normal glycogen. Excessive amount of normal glycogen. Clinically, there will be enlargement of heart, that is cardiomegaly. Then muscle hypotonia, it leads to muscle weakness. Here there will be no hypoglycemia. This is only here only cardiomegaly and muscle weakness. There will not be hypoglycemia. That is type 2 or Pompe's disease. Next type is type 3 or limit dextrinosis or Forbes disease. Type 3 limit dextrinosis. Or Forbes disease. This is the type 3. Here the enzyme deficient is debranching enzyme. Debranching enzyme. Debranching enzyme has two functions, transferase and glucosidase activity. First, it transfers trisaccharide from the branched chain to the linear molecule, and there comes the glucosidase activity, and this glucosidase removes alpha 1,6 linkage. So this is in glycogenolysis. Debranching enzyme is in glycogenolysis. So here the debranching enzyme is deficient. It is an autosomal recessive condition. Autosomal recessive. Here the glycogen structure is limit dextrin type. Limit dextrin means on either side of 4 glucose molecules on either side of the glucose, that is limit dextrin. So here in this limit dextrinosis or Forbes disease, the glycogen structure is limit dextrin type. It is abnormal, short or missing outer chains. Then here the organs involved are liver, heart and muscles. Then clinical and biochemical features include hepatomegaly, moderate hypoglycemia, then acidosis and progressive myopathy. This type 3 is similar to that of type 1, that is von Gerst disease. But here glycogen is abnormal. Glycogen is abnormal and runs a milder course. Enzyme deficiency can be demonstrated in leukocytes diagnostically. That is type 3 or limit dextrinosis or Forbes disease. Next one is type 4. Type 4, it is called amylopectinosis or Anderson's disease. Anderson's disease or amylopectinosis. Here the enzyme deficient is branching enzyme. Enzyme deficient is branching enzyme. This enzyme is in glycogenesis. Here the glycogen deposited is abnormal type. Abnormal glycogen. Then few branch points and very long inner and outer unbranched chains that look similar to that of amylopectin. So here the glycogen deposited is abnormal type. Then few branch points and very long inner and outer unbranched chains looks like this amylopectin. Here main organs affected are liver, heart, muscle and kidney. Then clinical and biochemical features include hepatomegaly, splenomegaly, ascites, then moderate hypoglycemia, then nodular cirrhosis of liver and hepatic failure. This enzyme deficiency can be demonstrated in leukocytes and in liver. That is type 4 Anderson's disease. Next one is type 5 McArdle's disease. McArdle's disease. Here the enzyme deficient is muscle phosphorylase. Muscle phosphorylase. It is an autosomal recessive condition. Here the glycogen deposited is normal in structure. Normal glycogen. Glycogen is normal in structure. Then here the organs involved are skeletal muscles. Then clinical features include muscle cramps on exercise, then pain, weakness and stiffness of muscles. Then muscles recover on rest due to utilization of fatty acid for energy. Then after the administration of epinephrine or glucagon, epinephrine or glucagon, After administration of epinephrine and glucagon, there will be rise in blood glucose. Rise in blood glucose, which shows that hepatic phosphorylase activity is normal. That is type 5 McArdle's disease. Type 6 is Her's disease. Here the enzyme deficient is liver phosphorylase. Liver phosphorylase. Here the glycogen deposited is normal in structure. Normal glycogen. Then organs affected are mainly liver and leukocytes. Clinical and biochemical features include hepatomegaly, then mild to moderate hypoglycemia, mild acidosis. And it is present like the mild case of type 1, that is von Gus disease. So these are the 6 classical types of GSDs or glycogen storage disorders. In addition to the 6 classical types, many other types of GSDs have been described. For example, Lewis et al. In 1963 described type 9. In 1963 described type 9. Here the enzyme deficient is glycogen synthase. Glycogen synthase. Organs involved are liver and erythrocytes. Here the liver glycogen is very low. Liver glycogen is very low. Clinical and biochemical features include hepatomegaly and hypoglycemia. Hepatomegaly is due to fatty infiltration. That is type 9. Then coming to second one, Thomson et al. In 1963 described the deficiency of enzyme phosphoglucomutase. Thomson et al. Also in 1963 described the deficiency of the enzyme phosphoglucomutase. Phosphoglucomutase. So deficiency of, here the deficient enzyme is phosphoglucomutase. The glycogen deposited is normal type, normal glycogen. Normal glycogen. Then organs affected are liver and muscles. Clinical features include moderate weakness of muscles and wasting of skeletal muscles. That is deficiency of phosphoglucomutase. Next one is this Charoy et al. In 1965 described type 7. In 1965, that is type 7. Here the enzyme deficient is phosphofructokinase. Phosphofructokinase. Here organs affected are mainly muscles. In skeletal muscles, there will be moderate accumulation of this glycogen. Also, there will be accumulation of G6-phosphate, that is glucose 6-phosphate and fructose 6-phosphate. So, there will be accumulation of glycogen, glucose 6-phosphate and fructose 6-phosphate. That is type 7 enzyme deficient is phosphofructokinase. Here the clinical manifestations are similar to type 5, that is McArdle's disease. Next type is type 8. Enzyme deficient is hepatic phosphorylase kinase. Hepatic phosphorylase kinase. There will be failure of hepatic glycogen phosphorylase activity. Failure of hepatic glycogen phosphorylase activity. Enzyme deficient is hepatic phosphorylase kinase. So there will be also failure of hepatic glycogen phosphorylase activity, and it leads to decrease in glycogenolysis. Clinical features include hepatomegaly, rise in liver glycogen level, that is in normal structure, then mild to moderate hypoglycemia. So these are the glycogen storage disorders. So this is today's topic. Thank you for watching.